know what they say? If you only had one shot, would you take it or would you let that opportunity slip away? You ever say to yourself, I want to be a content creator, but I'm afraid to film in public? Now, one of my buddies told me this recently, and I kind of relate this one because I often feel that sometimes too, although I've gotten much better at it. But I want you to hear that real deep. Like, I want to be a successful content creator, but I'm afraid to let people see me. Maybe not even see you in the public sense. Many of you are afraid to be seen or related to even on the internet in general because there's a strong set fear that, something bad is going to happen on the internet. Now, bad things happen on the internet, but you know what? I fly every single month knowing good and well planes crash every single month. But you still get in there because, I got to go to work, right? It's kind of like wanting to be a chef, but you're afraid of knives or afraid of getting burnt. I recently heard a joke. Someone said to a chef about, how often do you get burned in the kitchen? And he was like, about 6-7 times a day. I thought it was kind of funny, but that's true. Even if I'm in my house, that's something that goes down. So think about this. Remember that person that you never asked out? Content creation is about to become your next what if. I mean, I know the times where I've had a killer idea and I didn't act upon it and I see somebody do that later. Or you're sitting in a meeting and you really got something to say and you want to speak up, but for whatever reason, you're just not feeling it or you hold back, you don't say nothing. And somebody else says exactly what you were about to say. And the boss or the powers that be or the client or whatever, like, oh my God, that's brilliant. How can we do this without you? And you're thinking to yourself, dang, missed my shot. Now, if you say, I was fitting to say that, now you look kind of stupid. So you can't really want to be a content creator and still want to be unknown. It's like trying to open up a business, but you don't like networking and you don't like talking to people and you don't like being around people. Now, of course, online business does allow some businesses to work like that, but not very many. The contradictory amount of how many people claim to be introverts, but they want to be super successful at content creation. And I beg to differ. I think introversion is a thing that everyone has. Everybody's an introvert and an extrovert. The difference is the present company. Like, you're comfortable around your spouse or your kids or your friends and family, but it's just other people you don't rock with. I have the same problem. I see some people and I was like, I can't spend 2 seconds around them. That doesn't make me an introvert. That makes me, I have a selective zone of kinfolks I like to kick it with. So imagine this concept of, and as a matter of fact, if I was you, I would write these suckers down. Go back and think about how many opportunities you missed because you were afraid to either do or act upon, or even more so afraid because you thought someone else might be watching you or judging you. And if you're still holding on to these are probably what's slowing you down. So you got to dig deep enough and ask yourself for real, not what you're afraid of, but who you're afraid of. Now, I had a mentor tell me this once, and it was kind of the craziest breakthrough when it came to stopping myself from self-sabotage. They said, it was almost like a hypnosis thing. We got sat back and we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. We're going to relax, keep our feet grounded, put our hands in our laps, close your eyes, and think back of the many times that you were going to succeed at something and something held you back. Was there a voice in your head that told you don't do it? Was there a voice in your head that told you to be careful or be afraid or not this person or this person might be bad or this trip might be dangerous? And then think about it long and hard and try to find the voice that's saying it. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not your voice. You know how you hear your own voice in your head? Like, yeah, man, don't eat that other piece of ice cream. I know I did. When you really find out the person that's telling you you're not good enough, that voice is someone that you recognize. Someone gave you that. Maybe when you were a child, maybe it's an ex, maybe it's an old boss, maybe it was the bullies from school or whatever. But when you can find that voice, and this is what the mentor told me, take that voice and turn it into Marge Simpson, or that's mean, but the reality, Jennifer Tilly, or somebody that just has one of those weird squeaky voices that just make you go like Charlie Brown, wah, 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 wah. Remember the teacher? If you could turn that voice into that, it's no longer threatening. It's kind of scary. And every time that little voice comes to tap you on the shoulder to try to stop you from doing you, convert that voice into like a cosmic something kind of voice. Like I almost want to press a button on my Rodecaster, but I don't know which one is the right one because I'm not wearing headphones. Now you think about this. You spent like the last 20 years thinking about what could have been. How many more do you want to add? The only way to get over the fear of posting, to get over the fear of judgment, to get over the fear of swimming is to get in the water. So the only way to get over these fears is to actually publish content. And the reality is nobody cares. I know we say this all the time, and I know it seems frustrating, but the reality is nobody cares. And for the one or two people who might come out and say something dumb, okay, let's say you publish a video and you get 100 views, and out of 100 views, you get 20 comments, and out of 20 comments, one of them is bad. If one person in 20 tried to say something heinous in a vote, that person would still lose. Like there's very few occasions where a 1 in 20 will win. So you can just ignore that one because the other 9 people are riding with you. So to my buddy and my own self, a lot of times I'm saying something to y'all, I say it to myself. Why are we afraid to film in public? Nobody's really watching you. Nobody cares. I think nowadays people are so used to seeing people do this, thinking that they're on FaceTime. If you're that scared to film in public, use your phone. And especially if you have one of the newer iPhones that can do the 16:9 with the front-facing camera, like you don't have to turn it sideways anymore, use that. Because they're not really paying attention to you. They probably think you're on FaceTime. And the other thing that I think you can do, which is also kind of a good idea, I don't have this ability. I live on an island. I ain't going anywhere. But drive one town over and then go record some videos there where nobody really knows you. Maybe that way you don't have to worry about somebody seeing you. Because I find it funny, like we'll go on a trip and we'll go on vacation. We'll be like, hey, girl, look, I'm out here. You know, you get your camera out. So make a little mini vacation. Go drive like 5 miles the wrong direction and then go record some videos. Or go find a dark corner of a store, as my buddy Benji says. Anyway, I just wanted to process that because we got to get a bunch of videos done in December so that way we can hit January with the bricks. I legit just talked about this in yesterday's video. If we're going to run up to 2026 kicking butt, we got to start doing them suckers now. It really is that important. And I will put a link to a video that my buddy Brandon posted on Instagram today where he literally just started posting a bunch of videos on Instagram, and for some reason just have had banger after banger after banger after banger, and none of these are edited. These are all shot with the front-facing iPhone camera, just saying whatever he got to say, press publish, go. No more thinking, no more perfection, no more missed opportunity. The only way you can win at this game is to take shots. You cannot win a game without shooting the ball. It is freaking possible. So let me know in the chat what you're waiting for. And if you're brave, let me know in the chat what you're really scared of. Because we'll help. We are the LGL family. We stick together. But remember, there's no way to get good at swimming without getting wet. Or what's that one? The only way to make an omelet is to break a few eggs. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if it was you, let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and right about now, the algorithm's going to show you another video they think you should watch, and I agree with it.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk.